I really don't care what happens to her at all. I don't care. Like, everybody they tiptoe around with this social media, but what y'all don't get is that it be real consequence for y'all little flexes, y'all quick flexes for $300 that you need. It be consequence.
Okay, y'all, we really need to talk about this because what just went down between Iman Shumpert and Aaron Pierre is something nobody saw coming. Or maybe we did, but just didn't think it would explode like this. Iman has officially snapped, and it's all tied to one thing. He believes Aaron stole his family. This is not just gossip anymore. It's raw emotion, it's betrayal, it's pride, heartbreak, and it's playing out like a movie right in front of our eyes. Let's rewind a bit to where this whole mess really started. There was a time when Teyana Taylor and Iman were the couple everyone wanted to be. Stylish, successful, talented, and that bond? It looked unbreakable. From Vogue covers to family TikToks, the love they showed made everyone believe in black love. But behind all the filters and glam, things were slowly falling apart. Word on the street was that their relationship started getting rocky after Iman's basketball career slowed down, and Teyana's acting and directing career picked up. The balance shifted, and that shift came with tension. Then the breakup happened. Quiet at first, no messy interviews, no public shade. They said they were co-parenting peacefully, and for a moment, people actually believed it. But just when everyone thought it was over and maturely handled, boom, Aaron Pierre enters the chat. British actor, calm energy, tall, poetic, mysterious, the complete opposite of Iman's loud, athletic, extroverted vibe. And suddenly, Teyana is being spotted with him. First at a party, then backstage at one of her shoots, and then he starts showing up at events where her daughter is present. At first, fans weren't sure what to think. Maybe he was just a friend, maybe a work thing. But the chemistry was obvious. The way she laughed around him, the comfort in her eyes. You could feel it, even in blurry paparazzi shots. Then came the Instagram stories with mysterious shadows that looked a lot like Aaron. Tweets from people who claimed to have seen them on date nights. It didn't take long before people were whispering that Aaron wasn't just a rebound. He was the reason the breakup happened. And this made Iman spiral. At least that's what insiders say. Imagine seeing your ex, who you might still love, starting something new with someone who's not just famous but liked. Aaron was getting support. People were saying Teyana upgraded, that she deserved softness, that she was finally glowing again. Meanwhile, Iman was left scrolling through his feed, watching his family become someone else's highlight reel. People close to him said he started acting different, canceling appearances, snapping at friends, quietly pulling away from co-parenting activities. And when he did show up, his energy was off, cold, distant. The man was hurting, but he wasn't saying a word publicly. But then came the incident that blew everything wide open. According to multiple sources, Iman showed up to Teyana's house uninvited. She had just wrapped a small get-together with close friends, and Aaron had been there earlier. Iman apparently thought Aaron was still inside. That's when things got heated. Witnesses say they heard shouting from the front yard, Iman accusing Aaron of being a coward, of sneaking into his life and stealing his family from under him. One witness claims Iman yelled, "You stole my family," right before trying to physically confront Aaron. Luckily, it didn't get violent, but not because Iman didn't try. It was Aaron who held back, calm, quiet, trying to de-escalate. Teyana came rushing out, caught in the middle of this emotional hurricane. She reportedly screamed at Iman to leave, told him he was scaring their daughter, who was watching from the window. And that's when she said it. According to someone who was there, Teyana looked at Iman dead in the face and said, "Get out of my life." Let that sink in. This isn't just a breakup anymore. This is a complete collapse. A man begging for something he already lost, and a woman who's done trying to fix what broke her. After the incident, things went crazy online. Blurry video, clips of the yelling surfaced on Twitter. People tried lip-reading what was said. Hashtags like Protect Teyana and Free Iman started trending. Some were defending Iman, saying he was heartbroken and reacting like any man would if he felt his family was being replaced. Others dragged him, calling the whole thing toxic and saying he needed therapy, not a confrontation. And Aaron? Silent. Completely. Intentionally silent. Not a single tweet, no public statement, not even a subtle reaction. And in a situation this volatile, that might actually be the smartest move. Aaron has always been known for keeping things private, low profile, minimal drama. But in moments like this, even silence speaks louder than words. Some fans believe his quiet approach is a sign of maturity, that he's choosing not to fan the flames out of respect for Teyana and the delicate situation surrounding her family. Others, however, aren't so sure. They think the silence is strategic, an attempt to keep his name out of the mess while still being in the middle of it all. What we do know is this. According to sources close to him, Aaron has expressed that he never intended to create tension or stir conflict. He didn't want things to explode like this. But the thing about love triangles, broken families, and unresolved feelings is intent doesn't always matter. Outcomes do. And whether or not Aaron meant for any of this to happen, it did. Now he's a key player in a story that's no longer just private, it's playing out in front of the world. Teyana, meanwhile, has been posting vague captions. Stuff about healing, boundaries, self-worth. People are reading between every single line. One post said, "Some people come into your life as blessings, others as lessons." That alone sent the internet into a frenzy. Was she talking about Iman, Aaron, both? Behind all the drama, there's still a child watching all this unfold. That's the part people keep forgetting. While fans choose sides and gossip spreads, there's a little girl who just wants peace. And Teyana, from what insiders say, is focusing on that more than anything, trying to shield her daughter from the noise. But how do you shield a child when your front yard becomes a battleground? Iman hasn't made any official statement, but those close to him say he's struggling, torn between acceptance and heartbreak. Losing Teyana was one thing, but what reportedly broke him was seeing his daughter forming a close bond with another man. According to sources, Iman described the moment as feeling like death. That kind of pain, feeling replaced, watching someone else fill a role you once held, is something a lot of people can relate to, whether or not they agree with how he responded. The emotional weight of that realization has only added fuel to an already tense situation, and now the whispers are growing louder. Iman is allegedly exploring legal action, not against Teyana directly, but to possibly limit Aaron's access or involvement with his daughter. So far, nothing has been confirmed. No court filings, no public motions, just quiet conversations behind the scenes. But in situations like this, that's often how it starts. If those rumors prove true, we could be looking at a full-blown custody battle, court dates, legal teams, and more of their personal lives dragged into the public eye. And with emotions already running high, it's hard to imagine this ending quietly. The next move could change everything. Omi fans are practically begging Teyana to speak out. Just say something to clear the air. They want answers, closure, clarity. But just as many are standing firmly behind her silence. They say she doesn't owe the internet an explanation, that her silence is her strength. After everything she's been through, personally, publicly, and emotionally, why should she feel pressured to unpack her life just to satisfy online curiosity? And honestly, they have a point. Still, one thing is clear. This story is far from over. In fact, it might just be entering its most complicated chapter yet. Because love, real, complicated, painful love, doesn't just vanish. Not when there's deep history. Not when there's a child involved. Iman may have reacted emotionally, may have crossed boundaries, but emotional explosions don't just make noise. They leave damage. And now each person involved is left picking up the pieces, in public and behind closed doors. So where does that leave things? Will Iman step forward and apologize? Not just to Teyana, but to his daughter and to himself? Will Aaron quietly bow out to avoid further drama? Or will he be forced into the spotlight whether he wants to or not? And can Teyana find a way to juggle it all? Motherhood, healing, and whatever's next for her heart? And only time will tell. But what was once seen as a complicated love story has now turned into a full-on emotional battlefield. And the internet? It's tuned in 24/7, analyzing every post, every follow, every silence. Meanwhile, the rumors aren't slowing down. Word is, some of Iman's inner circle are encouraging him to go on a podcast, speak his truth, and clear his name. There are whispers that he's even been offered money to do it. And then there's Aaron, quiet, withdrawn, but allegedly seeing someone new. If that rumor is true, and if it reaches Teyana, it could send this entire situation spiraling in a whole new direction. So we wait. But one thing's certain. The next chapter isn't just coming. It's already being written. And no one knows how it's going to end. Because let's be honest, Teyana may be done with Iman, but that doesn't mean she's ready to watch Aaron move on too. Especially after all the emotional chaos she's already endured. And if that's the case, we might see a side of Teyana the public's never seen. One that's hurt, angry, and raw. Because while she may appear calm online, we all know heartbreak doesn't stay quiet forever. And that's what makes this entire situation so gripping. It's not just celebrities beefing, it's real love, real pain, real family dynamics unraveling right in front of our eyes. No matter how famous you are, heartbreak hits the same. And in this case, it's hitting everyone, involved harder than anyone expected. So buckle up, because the next chapter, it might just be the most explosive yet.